You see the title, man. I'm gonna give you the harsh truth. If you're over 30% body fat right now, one, I would suggest just immediately getting started with everything in terms of your eating, your habits, all this shit. But realistically, bro, I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's gonna take you a year to get at least flatten out your shit or drop some lots of pounds to really start going at your body fat. If you're someone who's 30% right now, again, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm sick and tired of seeing that shit online. If you're 30%, it's gonna take you a good 6 months. And if you're around 20, 25, it's still gonna take you a good 3 to 4 months. Just being honest. If you wanna get down to that 11, 12%, 10's for the dogs, bro. The ones who are on this shit years, not no phase. For y'all, just something y'all can strive for. I'll shoot for 11 and 12, but again, bro, shit's gonna take time. But that's a problem. Motherfuckers expect fast results. They think that this shit's gonna be easy. Talking about being over 30% and being like, yo, how do I get six-pack abs when summer hits? Come on, bro. So if you're expecting fast results in this shit, you want quick gimmicks, you want to starve yourself and shit, which doesn't fucking work. And I'll make a separate video on that. But you're just looking for quick results, bro. And the quicker you're trying to fix everything that you've caused for years on out, the less sustainable that shit is going to be, the less sustainable that goal is going to happen. You're relying solely on motivation. And the thing, this is all great. Again, the thing is with motivation, it's that excitement, right? It's a pipe dream because now it's just like, oh man, you're thinking about the possibilities, dreaming about it when you go to bed. All this wishful thinking, all this dreaming, but not making it your reality. Solely on relying on motivation. Now, it's good to use it for the sense of starting, but if you're relying on motivation within 6 months of deep work, you're gonna fail every single time because there are gonna be days where you're tested in this shit. And each and every single day, it's gonna be a mental battle. You're not gonna feel fucking motivated, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back and fall into the same cycle. And then end up next year wondering what the fuck happened. But simply, you can't rely solely on motivation because that shit's gonna phase off. You may have a good week, you may have a good 2 weeks. Congrats, you're still over fucking 30% body fat. Congrats, you're still at 20, bro. Congrats, you still don't see your fucking abs. But when you solely rely on motivation, you're gonna quit right there because you're not seeing that shit within 2 weeks. Another thing, I got so much going on in my life. Brother, everyone has so much going on in their life. Everyone got shit going on. Everyone has different struggles. But guess what? Some people had the same starting point as you, still achieving their goals. And you think that their life just went smooth sailing? They could have had a death in the family, still pushed through. They could have lost their job, still pushed through. They could have had a relationship problem, broke up with their chick, depressed as fuck, and still pushed through. Oh, you're stressing? Oh, you're not achieving your goals because you're stressed out. It's only you, right? Life happens to everybody, but it's how you adjust to it. It's how you go about it, even in your circumstance, is what's going to determine whether you succeed when it comes to fitness or not. So stop telling yourself this bullshit of, oh, life's happening, oh, it ain't the fucking right time. It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right time until you make it a priority. That's the point. Giving yourself excuses to cop out. I don't get the obsession of wanting to get fit just for the summer. Why can't we just be fit all around so you don't have any health or heart problems or any of this shit later down the line? Treating this shit like a phase. New year, new me. That shit's gone, bro. New Year's is gone. We're in 2026 and you're still treating this shit like a phase, bro. Why can't we just remain healthy throughout the years so that later on, whether you have a family right now or not, or when you do, or maybe you currently have one right now, wouldn't it feel good to just spend time with family and not have to be exhausted when you go up a fucking flight of stairs? Wouldn't it be dope to not have to have doctor visits constantly about your health each and every single week, every month, getting worse and worse? Wouldn't it be better to alleviate that stress that's getting put out to your family, let alone yourself? Stop treating this shit like a phase. Tell yourself enough is enough, bro. I'm not trying to have these visits to the doctor telling me that my health is getting worse and worse, and then I'm doing nothing about it to change that. Stop treating this shit like a phase, bro, because it's gonna do you no good regardless. And it's going to get worse to a point where maybe when your kid needs you, but you didn't make this shit a priority, and now in the next 2 years, being young, 30, 40, still youthful enough to spend time with your kids, your wife, all this shit. But then in 2 years, because you didn't prioritize your health, now you're gone. Now your family's missing that figure, that important figure, that stronghold in the house to make sure everything's taken care of. Another reason is you're chasing the fucking outcome instead of just focusing on a day-to-day basis. Chasing the results, trying to get that six-pack for the summer. Why can't we just switch and understand that this shit is a lifestyle from the moment you get up to how you end your day? Right now, this shit's being uploaded on a Friday. You already got motherfuckers getting prepared for the weekend to step out, crash their whole diet, drink endlessly, go back home around 1, 2 a.m., and then do that shit again the next day. And then once Sunday comes around, the magic words that these motherfuckers tell themselves, but don't realize they're coping. Monday, I'm gonna figure it out, bro. When can we understand that this shit is an everyday thing? It's funny, I had a comment on a previous video talking about, I get it, man, whatever. I probably hit a nerve because he's doing the same shit every single day. Whereas you continue being fat, continue being lazy, having no energy throughout the day, having mood swings, getting frustrated, being pissed off at the life you have. When you don't even realize you can change it starting today and making shit a priority every single day. Not just Monday through Friday, not having 3 good days and a cookie won't hurt, not after a workout and being like, oh, I deserve a pizza. But continue having that victim mentality. No one gets no fucking special treatment. I had to get my teeth kicked in, putting in the work, training with fucking bodybuilders. Small as shit, lifting 3 times my weight. And I'm pushing with them every workout to then have a decent physique myself and understand and learning how this shit is, bro. It's an everyday thing. Going at it 110%, not chasing no result. Because it's inevitable if I'm pushing myself every time I step in with intention, knowing what I did last week, and I gotta push it again. Double time the next time I step in. Not chasing no damn result. Not chasing no 6-pack in the summer. Every day. It's gotta be the same for you. No matter what. So stop looking at the end result. You become the motherfucker who shows up. You become the motherfucker who can adjust when life happens. Oh, I'm traveling, so I'm a slack. No, you can make it work. You're choosing not to. Oh, I got a busy ass week next week, so I don't know if I might have time. No, you make time. You prepare for that shit. Stop giving yourself the fucking excuse, because life's getting in the way. Adjust. But honestly, man, if you want to just stop quitting, if you want to stop and continuing this cycle of just quitting, resetting on Monday, first thing you gotta do, lower the expectations. Understand that you've been doing something for years on end and trying to make changes within your life with anything. It doesn't even have to be with fitness, but with anything. It's gonna take time, bro. You're gonna make mistakes. So rather than telling yourself, yo, I'm gonna lock in for 6 months, how about we just say, you know what? This week, I just want to focus on how many calories I eat for the week. How many calories do I have to eat for the week? Don't think about 6 months. Don't think about a year from now. Let's just think about how much food am I eating this week? Let's just track it. Second week comes around. Let me try to eat 200 less. Because if I'm going about my week trying to implement changes, those small changes are gonna have a more consistency within actually getting them done than me thinking about 6 months of doing this. Another point, build a routine that you can stick to so you know what you're doing the moment you wake up. If you need to go to bed earlier, go to bed at that time every single time. Not one day you go to bed at 9 and then one day you go to bed at 11 and then the next day 1 a.m. and then, oh fuck, let me go back to 9 again. No, let's just stick to one time and do that consistently. Another thing, prepare for a bad week, bro. Just prepare for it. Again, like I said, adjust. If you got a flight to catch later on, and then the next day, you're able to get whatever foods you need or what you can bypass through the airports and all this stuff. Understand that day, I'm gonna prepare for that. I know I got a flight in the later on at night, so I can still finish off my meals. But let's say you don't, right? Let's reverse it to the morning. I have a flight in the morning. All right. What foods do I usually have in the breakfast? All right, got my eggs, got my shake, all this stuff. Let me try to maximize my protein a little more in the morning. That way, if I go through the airport, there can be simple things like fruit that I can have, depending on how long my flight is, but I can have some fruit. I can maximize my water. Then by the end of that flight, all I have to really finish off is maybe just grab a quick protein shake and just have maybe a little snack. And then I can then plan to get foods that I need throughout that week, throughout that time that I'm spending vacationing. So then I don't self-sabotage. That's how you plan ahead. But you have to plan for those bad weeks. You have to plan for, oh, these dudes want to step out later on tonight. All right, let me make sure I get majority of my meals. I hit my protein intake. And then you know what? I can have a little cheat meal. But I'm cautious of what I choose at the place that we're about to eat out at. Let me look at the menu beforehand and stick with that. Don't switch it up because Joe is ordering a mac and cheese and a pizza. Don't switch up and be like, you know what, that's good. No, already have your mind set to buying that specific food that you chose. Another thing, stop restarting, bro. Stop. The thing is, when you're doing all your diet and shit like that, let's say you're on point, everything, you get to Saturday, and then Sunday you just sabotage. Just stop quitting right then and there. Just go back to what you were doing and learn from the mistake that you did. Understand why did you self-sabotage this day. But the common theme is people will be on point for 2 weeks, they self-sabotage, and they self-destruct, bro. They just give up. Don't do that. Just go back to doing what you were doing beforehand and you'll be good. One bad day isn't going to determine how you do. But a consistency of bad days is gonna have you fail 10 out of 10 times. Just learn from it and then go back to your routine. That's all it is. So those are ways that you can stop yourself in terms of quitting. I hope this video gave you some value, man. Comment down below, bro. You gonna quit or you gonna strive for better? How's 2026 going for you? But I'll be back with more videos, guys.
And this road stay tough. They tryna show fake love. Wait, when the bands went up, that's when they all changed up. And they saying I made it, not to the whole